This is part 3 on how to authenticate Wi-Fi users using Active Directory. In part 3, I'm going to show you how to create a self-signed certificate in IIS. I'm also going to show you how to complete the Wi-Fi router or Wi-Fi access point configuration. Alright, so I managed to get a USB 3 2 gigabit Ethernet adapter. So the kind of setup that is going to be there is I'm going to use this adapter to connect the laptop that I'm using for this setup to the Wi-Fi router using an Ethernet cable. So because my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, I'm going to have to use this USB to Ethernet adapter to complete the setup successfully. So I've connected the adapter to the laptop now, and I'm going to show you a diagram of the setup that is actually on the ground. Alright, so I've got the Active Directory virtual machine that I actually showed you how to deploy in part 1 and 2. That Active Directory virtual machine is actually deployed on the laptop. The laptop then connects out to the Wi-Fi router using the Ethernet cable. So that's the reason why I needed the USB adapter, so that I can actually attach the laptop to the Wi-Fi router using a wired connection. And then what then happens is that the wireless clients or Wi-Fi clients then connect out to the Wi-Fi router using a wireless interface, obviously. So I'm going to change some settings on the virtual machine, particularly the network adapter. And I'm actually going to attach it to the USB Ethernet adapter that I showed you earlier, that I was actually connecting to the laptop. So I've connected that to the virtual machine, and then I'm just going to log into the server, and I'm just going to verify a few parameters actually. So I just want to check the network interface for the server just to make sure that the change I've made doesn't affect the settings I made earlier. So I'm just going to check the IPv4 address that I set, and as you can see, the address is still there. So I am also going to check connectivity. So I want to ping the Wi-Fi router. So I'm just going to type in the command ping 192.168.0.1, which is the IP address for the Wi-Fi router. And as you can see, it's actually replying. And then I'm just going to also ping the internet. So I'm just going to ping the default Google DNS server. And as you can see, I'm actually getting ping replies there. Okay, so it looks like my setup is actually still okay. So I am going to then install the self-signed certificate. So I'm just going to open up IIS and then click on where it says create self-signed certificate. So I'm just going to set the name of the certificate to AD server and then click on OK. So as you can see, that is the certificate that I've actually just created. So let me just export this certificate just in case I might need it within the network policy server. So I'm just going to export the certificate to the downloads directory. So let me just give the certificate a name and then click on OK. So it needs a password here, so I'm just going to type in a simple password here. So you just need to type that in the password and confirm password field and then click on OK. Alright, so I'm going to open up the network policy server, and I'm just going to check the network policy that I actually configured in the part 2 video. So I'm going to check okay, so it seems like Active Directory has seen the certificate here. I'm now going to log into the Wi-Fi router to configure the network policy server. Alright, so I've opened up the login page for the router, and I'm just going to type in my router password. So I'm just going to click on login to gain access to the router dashboard. So I'm going to click on wireless, and then I'm going to click on wireless security. So I'm just going to set the settings to WPA2 Enterprise. So on the radius server IP field, type in the IP address for the Active Directory server. And then the radius server password, I'm just going to type in the shared secret that I configured within the network policy server. So click on save to apply the changes. So you also need to check and ensure that Wi-Fi protected setup is disabled. So you just need to make sure that you disable WPS authentication. The next thing is to test the setup. So I'm going to use my phone here. So if you just go into the settings, and then I'm just going to connect to the Wi-Fi network here. I'm just going to supply my Active Directory username, which is actually my name at adserver.local. And then I'm just going to type in my password, my Active Directory password, and just click on trust. So as you can see, I've actually successfully connected to the Wi-Fi network using my Active Directory username and password. So I'm just going to test access to the internet by just running a simple Google search. And then I'm also going to just run a search for Yahoo Finance. I usually like to read articles on Yahoo Finance. And as you can see, it seems like the internet is working just fine. So that's been it, guys. That's a quick look at how you can use Microsoft Active Directory to authenticate Wi-Fi users on your Wi-Fi network. I'm going to release a part 4 to this video, and it will actually cover some of the issues that you're actually likely to face with such a setup. I hope this tutorial has been informative, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.